You do not need to have a relationship with your mother in order to forgive her for the things she's done to you. Okay? Now, this video is not for those of y'all who had a lovely relationship with your mother. I'm so happy that your mama was good to you and all that, but this ain't the video. I need you to scroll past or don't comment. This is a very sensitive topic, and I've built a community here to help people heal from the trauma and pain that their narcissistic mothers and fathers have caused them. So when you get in the comment section and start bragging about how wonderful your mom is, just know you're a piece of shit and you're insensitive and cruel. And you have no respect for the survivors that are actually still suffering. So please, if you had a great relationship with your mama, I'm happy for you, but refrain from commenting and just sit and listen or say something, to uplift people, or else I'm gonna block your ass. We live in a very narcissistic society that enables and enforces narcissism on all of us. So, for instance, on holidays like Mother's Day and Father's Day, we're pressured to buy gifts and flowers and, to, say Happy Mother's Day, even though our mothers, the abusive ones, have abused their children and abusive fathers were deadbeats. Society pressures us to have this toxic loyalty to abusive parents. And I don't buy it. I'm not with it. And then we have our families, whether it's your mother's side, your father's side of the family, or both sides of your family. You have millions of narcissists, hundreds of millions of thousands of narcissists sprinkled all throughout your family, both sides. And they too will pressure you and enable you and guilt trip you and gaslight you to stay, going back to your abusive parents. They'll try to make you feel bad when you try to distance yourself from your abusive parents. That too is unacceptable, and that's something that must change amongst families. Dysfunctional families will always pressure the victim instead of attacking the abuser in the family, and it's got to stop. And since your family members don't want to step up and change the generational trauma or dysfunction, there's always going to be that one, and that one is you. You're going to have to step up and make the change. And just know you're going to be pressured with, all this pushback and backlash. You're going to be hated and outcast and you smeared. Okay, just be prepared. Your family is so comfortable sitting in their own shit, continuing the generational trauma that's been passed down from generation to generation. They're still stuck in their shit. And for you to step out and make a change or try to confront them on their bullshit is going to make all of them uncomfortable. But you do it anyway. And also, there's always a ringleader in your family. There's always a head matriarch or head patriarch, a male or female figure. It may be your grandmother, it may be your mother, it may be your father. But I'm going to talk about the mothers that are extremely, incredibly abusive. They're sociopathic. They do extensive damage to their children, and they continue to do this damage when their children become adults. And it should not be tolerated because your mother feels this sick sense of entitlement to keep doing it to you over and over again, no matter how many times you forgive her. So with that said, because society pressures you and your family pressures you to keep giving your mother chance after chance after chance, I'm here to tell you, if you keep giving your abusive mother chance after chance, you're going to deteriorate. Hear me and hear me good. To be constantly abused emotionally, verbally, physically, sexually, whatever, to be constantly abused by the person who gave birth to you, you put your body into physical distress. You understand me? Your body, your nervous system becomes dysregulated. Your body can develop chronic illness, autoimmune diseases, cancer even. Your hair could fall out. You could stop eating due to anxiety, or you can overeat. There's eating disorders as a form of dealing with stress, coping with anxiety that your mother, abusive mother, has created in you. Just know when you open yourself up to continuous emotional abuse. See, a lot of people think abuse is just physical. No. The worst types of abuse is invisible, covert, emotional abuse. When you open yourself up for your mother to repeatedly abuse you after you give her multiple chances, you keep forgiving her, you keep going back trying to work things out with her, and every time she kicks you off the pedestal, she kicks you in your back, she's cutthroat, and she feels like she's entitled to do it because she gave birth to you, and nobody could tell her what to do because she's your mother and I brought you into this world. Listen. Just because she brought you into this world does not give her the right to take you out of this world. That's a misconception that toxic, narcissistic parents, especially the baby boomers and silent generation, they came up with that shit. I brought you into this world, I'll take you out. No. He brought me into this world. You were the vessel to deliver me here, honey. But don't get it twisted. He brought me here and he's the only one that can take me out. You're not God, Mom. Stop acting like God, Mother. But that's the nature of having narcissistic personality disorder. When your parents have the disorder, they have a godlike complex. So they're going to treat their children like, I brought you into this world, I'll take you out. No. When you get burned enough and you're sick and tired of your mother's bullshit and you decide once and for all you're going to cut her off, stay away. And you forgive her when you're good and ready. And when you forgive her, you do it in a silent prayer. You don't have to pick up the phone and call her. You don't have to email her. Do not contact her. You don't need to contact your mother in order to forgive her. You don't have to reconnect or interact with her to forgive her. You can silently say a prayer. You can tell God, I forgive my mother, but I don't want to deal with her ever again. I'm not going to her funeral. I don't care what happens to her. Lord, bring me peace. I want to heal. I'm sick of it. I can't do this anymore. Talk to God. You can forgive her and tell him, and that's all you need to do. Fuck your family. Tell your family to mind their fucking business. Matter of fact, your family can all get cut off. Anybody that supports your mother and her bullshit, they all can get cut off. This is not your family to step in and interfere. It's a one-on-one battle. And the battle becomes 3 when God intervenes. But you got to step up to the plate and make the first move. You got to cut her off and be permanent about it. And when you forgive her, if you decide to forgive her, because you don't have to forgive her. You do not have to forgive her. That's a personal choice between you and God. And don't you let nobody pressure you to forgive your mother after everything she's done to you. After she's allowed other people to bully and molest you. No. You forgive on your own time. But when you do forgive, all you gotta do is tell him. You don't have to announce it to family. You don't have to tell your mama. You don't have to pick up the phone, email, social media. Cut the bitch off. Be one and done. That's the only way you're gonna have peace, because she's never going to change. Hear me and hear me good. Your mother is never going to change, honey. She's actually going to get worse with age. She's set in her ways, and the abuse is just going to get worse and worse. The more that she feels you're going to keep running back to her, giving her numerous chances, she's just going to crank that abuse right on up, because she knows you're a loyal, stupid ass dog. You're a lap dog that hates to be rejected. That's how she's going to fucking treat you. Cut her off, and cut her off for good. And when you forgive her, if you decide to, keep it quiet and personal. You just got to tell him. You don't have to announce it to the world or on social media. You don't have to announce it to your family. Be one and done. You don't have to connect with her or reconcile in order to forgive your mother.